How's it going, Santiago? SGM. Always a pleasure. Elliot, thanks for the host. I saw that while setting up. Much appreciated. It's gonna switch to a live feed over here. I've been listening to the fucking the T800 intros for Mortal Kombat 11, and it's pretty much just, did you see this Schwarzenegger film? And you know, I mean, I won't lie, like I got enjoyment out of it. I'm still listening to it now, but it's pretty interesting. Hey, how's it going, guys? Seeing all the familiar faces. Thank you very much for tuning in. Spartan, last time on 8-Way Nostalgia Trip, Linky proved himself to be a fake Tressa fan by missing her final chapter. JK, he was probably adulting. Tressa was somehow able to sell a $20 notebook to auction for billions, and Johnny almost forgot about Hannett when deciding whose plot to progress. Will H. Annett and her kitty Celine manage to kill the beast that stoned her mentor? Does Johnny even remember what happened in her story? Not really. Find out now. Find out no in episode 30. H. Annett goes HM. Hey, Dragoon ZX, thank you very much. 12 months, that's a Luigi mug, dude. 1 whole year. Rock that 8-bit mug. Proud, I guess. I kept my mortality. Does this mean I'm vulnerable to death? Yes. Unfortunately, yes. But you should be fine. Yeah, so we're starting a little early because tonight is the debut of All Elite Wrestling on TNT. And as a longtime wrestling fan, even though I'm not as dedicated as I used to be like 20-odd years ago, I do at least want to catch the inaugural episode, you know? And hopefully it's good quality. Hopefully AEW does well so that the WWE has good competition and, you know, quality increases for both parties so that the audience is the winner at the end of the day. Chesh, thank you very much for the bits. Back for another stream. Won't leave in 5 minutes again. Hey, you do what you have to do. You don't have to explain where you gotta go and all that sort of thing. I just appreciate the company, that's all. So we're doing Hannett chapter 4 today. Chapter 5, no. Chapter 4. Looks like she is in Marsalim? I don't know. That is south of Wellspring, so we have to travel there and go there. Sonic Gamer, thank you very much for tier 1 sub. Hey, nice 10 months. Also, hi, early John Stream. How's it going? I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking. Actually, let me check my equipment with everybody real quick before we decide to head out and make sure everyone's got proper items on. Let me optimize. Yeah, I can optimize now, just to make sure everyone is good with gear and all that. Yeah, I know Hannah is because I optimized her earlier. Then I will do this. No, no. Do not want Warner Sword. Because it's technically a more powerful sword. It's going to default to Warner's sword every time I do optimize, so I have to keep an eye on that. I agree. I'd love to see AEW help WWE stuff with their game. Wrestling fans will win out in the end. Completely agree, Shellshock. Completely agree. What series are you doing again for your dual marathon? It'll be Kirby and Resident Evil. Real Curry. Is that how you say your name? Yeah, Kiri, whatever. There's 2 I's at the end of that. Yeah, it'll be Kirby and Resident Evil. Though with Resident Evil, I'm technically starting with Sweet Home, the NES game that would later inspire the first Resident Evil game. Because I always like doing that sort of thing, seeing like where the origins of this game started. Yeah, the history game, the one that probably a lot of people haven't played in today's day and age, but it's good for. I like doing those kind of videos, learning new things myself. Sweet Home is, from what I understand, it is an RPG, but it's really short. So, shouldn't take terribly long to do.
Standest thou against me?
Yeah, Kirby can be pretty nightmarish. The 2 are basically the same. You know? No Sage this year? No. My Sage Showcase... Oh, for fuck's sake. My Stage Showcase is on Friday, actually, at 7 p.m. EDT, and I'll be going for 3 hours, demonstrating as many games as I can in the allotted time. you're going for the similar early Resi style game was D Generation on DOS, Amiga, or Atari ST. I've never heard of that. Perhaps something else to look for. So AlphaDream going back. Yes, I unfortunately did read that news early this morning that AlphaDream did file for bankruptcy. The company that was responsible for all the Mario and Luigi games. And it is quite sad because apparently it had something to do with like Bowser's Inside Story, the 3DS remake doing really piss poor in sales. I'm not sure how well Superstar Saga did on 3DS, but the company is going under. It is sad because I think like quality-wise they put out some really good games. If you haven't played Mario and Luigi, the series in general, you really owe it to yourself if you're a fan of like Mario-styled RPGs.
I'll do my best.
Not so much Partners in Time, but Superstar Saga, Bowser's Inside Story. Dream Team I don't feel is as good as Superstar Saga or Bowser's Inside Story, but still an enjoyable time regardless. I never really fought these enemies before, huh? Nope, I have not. So why don't actually we'll defend here? Save my Mario and Luigi. Well, I mean, I doubt anything could be done by now because, you know, I mean, what can be done? I'm not gonna lie, King of Swing. I read BIS is best in slot. That's I've been reading too much, but it's Bowser's Inside Story. Okay, how about we do transfer room? Cool, looks like these guys just do a lot of physical attacks. But John, who doesn't love tossing babies at trolls and mushroom monsters? I don't. The game is boring. I thought the campaign was boring. That's why I can't really recommend Partners in Time. The dual interface you get used to, and getting the fact that you have to use all the X and Y buttons as in addition to the A and B buttons for the babies and the adults. You know, I feel you get used to that, but I thought the campaign was so dull. Hey, Hot Goggles, thank you very much for continuing your gift sub. I appreciate that. And if they're here again, I'm trying to remember. I got a really big sub bomb a couple of days ago, and I was really appreciative of that. So shout outs to that person again. Let me analyze. Let me analyze the Scorpions and see what they're afraid of. Oh, Ice and Wind. Okay. Shell Shock Prime, no, I have not got a chance to play Mario Maker 2 since the update. Apparently, you can now play with friends, and that's great. But I've not touched the game since my video. In the end, AlphaDream had over 400 million yen in debt, mostly from poor sales and rising costs of mobile HD coordinators on news source. That is depressing. But what can be done at this point, you know? I had to disagree, John. I actually like Partners in Time. I mean, hey, man, whatever. You like the game, you like the game, you know? Not going to say you're wrong. Because that'd be the wrong thing to do. Nah, man, I can't feel that. It just didn't do anything for me. What if Final Fantasy Mario with tall and strong looking Mario Brothers and Super Sentai based performance had crossover together? That sounds really expensive, and to probably get AlphaDream in even more debt than they already are. So, I'm sorry to say, probably wouldn't work. Yeah, also probably didn't help the last Mario and Luigi game that it was released very late into the 3DS's lifespan. Everybody's minds are on the Switch and all that. Even though 3DS is still a great handheld. I just booted mine up earlier today for shits and giggles, and it's like, man, I remember when I played a lot of this. I'm going to hold on to it for a long time. So, definitely looking forward to whatever kind of crazy hijinks I might have in store with that console later. Or handheld, I should say. Hey, Clobone. Is that Clobone? Is that pronounce your name? Thank you for the Tier 1 sub. 19 months. Hey, Johnny, you should try using the Rune Lord's Runes of Cyrus. The damage multiplier is actually stupendous, and it works with Elemental Break. Oh, I'll have to keep in mind for that later. Wait, using the Rune Lord runes with Cyrus. Okay. So you're talking about changing Cyrus into Rune Lord and getting rid of Sorcerer. Because I don't know if I can be both Rune Lord and Sorcerer. Unless you're talking about targeting him with a different thing altogether.
I will cut him.
What's this now?
No, just giving him the bust from Tressa. Since that's how you're supposed to use the transfer room. No, I totally think transfer room is just for avoiding physical. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm willing to experiment, sure, and I appreciate the tip. I was down here, I was looking for something and I didn't find anything. Well, it looks like I can just go down here. No, I can't, okay. So, bought the Castlevania Switch collection. I'm thinking of buying one of the Final Fantasy ports, possibly next. Any suggestions? You're going to have to elaborate on Final Fantasy ports. You're talking about like 7, 8, and 9 and the 10 to HD collection. 12 Zodiac Age is also on sale. If I were to tell you to start somewhere, probably 7 and 9. And if you're feeling experimental, then you try 8. But 10 and 10-2 also have their merits. That's right, I had business here. Well, it's time for H. Annett for her Chapter 4 adventures. But how is everybody doing tonight, though? It's only been a couple of days since the Mario Odyssey stream, but I figure I ask you guys anyway. You know, I'm not sure if Winky will be joining me for tonight. Well, one, because I'm not sure if he knows that I'm actually starting an hour early than intended, and he might be at work. So, as far as I'm aware, it's just you and I tonight. So, I can actually read you guys for once. And we got the backdrops of an RPG in the background, so got a Nexor. I hope that gets better SGM. I don't know if you have, I don't know if you put muscle relaxant on it, and I don't know what you use. Or like icy hot. Is Bengay still a thing? I haven't had to apply Bengay on my on sore muscles in such a long time. At least buy a dinner first. No, that sounds really expensive, actually. Well, no, actually, if I were to give back all the sub money, then it would be feasible. But that sounds like a major pain in the ass to cater, considering that you guys live in all kinds of different parts of the world. Siri, I did not activate you, but let's see what you say anyway.
Sorry, I'm not sure I understand.
Of course you don't. How did I activate Siri? What did I say? I didn't say anything. Siri, the best commentator. Yeah, I mean, when you put it that way, Remy, I suppose Siri is always listening, but it's also like it's pretty fucking terrifying. Oh, we got travel banter. How long do you think Team Sonic Racing will take? Couple of days, if I marathon it. You know, at the end of the day, it's a racing game. I think I'm going to be probably spending the most time on the game's story mode, because I mean, when push comes to shove, when you're talking about the core gameplay itself, what do you say that you haven't already said about like Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing and All-Star Racing Transform? Not so much for Transform because your vehicle doesn't transform into vehicles, but you know, it's a kart racing game. I mean, there's not much to talk about, so I'm going to definitely marathon story mode and see what I can get out of it. But yeah, if you're just tuning in, first off, welcome. And those here following from my YouTube channel, my Link's Awakening review did go live a couple of hours ago. Relatively short video. It's about close to 11 minutes long. And it was a pretty easy video to make because, you know, it was a remake of a game that I already looked at for one thing, and it's a pretty straightforward remake. You accidentally activating Siri reminds of me and my phone somehow picking up what I said into a Google search, which is like terrifying because, you know, everyone's gonna accidentally look at my browser history because I said wheat bread. Shame, as you said, there's something more to flesh out rather than the sparse world and lore. I've had a few people mention that the so apparently Link's Awakening had a manga,
Why?
and that does a better job making the world of Koholint just a better place in terms of story development and all that sort of thing. And if that's true, then, that's great to hear. But I just keep it within the realm of the video game, and within the realm of the video game, it's still rather bare. Oh my good! Look, just look.
No. No.
Look, I hit the wrong button. Man, it's been a while since I had a nut. So let's take a look. Actually, let's take a look at our inventory and see what items we need. Actually, I could use more inspiriting plums if this place sells them. Oh, wait, do I have any? Yeah, look at all these little items that I never really sold off for. Curious antique. It's probably that book. Silver pouch, fool's gold. Okay, odds and ends, and even some old string. A large feather. The empty coin pouch, weathered boots, and a scrap of rope. Hey, Greenest Turbo, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime sub. 20 goddamn months. I appreciate that support. Paladin, you have 2271. I don't know what value that is. You're talking about pounds or euros or what's the currency? God damn it, because I'm an ignorant American. GBP. This GBP. You're going to have to elaborate what that means. That's pounds. Okay, it's pounds. Thank you very much. Wait, what does GBP stand for then? British... Wait. Okay, what the hell did I say British? Great British Pound. Not pund. Pound. Okay. Just making sure. Okay, we have a Johnnyism for tonight, and it's British. In case I don't say anything else remarkably stupid for the remainder of the night. I'm gonna buy more of those. I don't think I need anything else. Yeah, because I got other items on hand. Alright, let's explore the town. Great beans pudding. That doesn't sound very appetizing, I'm not gonna lie. Gargantuan axe. Brilliant bow. Brilliant bow actually raises elemental attack a bit if you're a caster. Max SP. That's not really worth it. Hey, Cold Blue Fusion, thank you very much. Appreciate it. 1 year, first time making it to the stream in a while. Chapter's boss is interesting. Yeah, it's a 1 year. Thank you for the year support, dude. That's a Luigi mug. Rock that shit proud if you're a fan of Luigi, at the very least. Oasis, like the band, or JoJo stand? I think it's just a regular Oasis. Not everything has to be a goddamn JoJo reference.
Just so.
Of course.
Hey, how's it going, XI?
Thank you. On it.
Paladin, I would just say, just for the sake of having a quality product, just get 7 or 9. If you can afford to get 7 and 9, then go for it. But if you have to get one or the other, I would say just get 7. You know, you got the 7 remake coming out in about half a year, and get yourself up to speed in case you're interested in purchasing that yourself.
Excellent.
What's your opinion on these texts that having an accent? Well, I mean, it's just it's just conveying how they naturally speak, so I don't really mind that at all.
I think not.
Yeah, I would have to agree with Experiment. If you get 7, if you try it and see how it goes, if you like it, I would definitely get 9. Even though I would say 9 is more user-friendly than 7, but I think both games are equally fulfilling. 9's great. Like, 9 is a fantastic Final Fantasy. Still waiting for 5 to come to the Switch? Well, I guess it's only a matter of time. You realize though it might be like the iOS ports. I doubt they'll ever re-release the Super Nintendo or Game Boy Advance versions ever again. Meanwhile, in the Grimsand Ruins. Oh. You'd be okay with the iOS version of 5? It's the interface is ugly. 5 iOS, and that also goes for 6 iOS as well. The interface is just so fucking ugly. My leg! My leg! The sprites in the iOS boards look so damn still. I'm assuming you're talking character sprites, Trios, because I would agree. And their chests are like so. Like I understand that's also kind of the case in like the original SNES sprite work, but it's like the iOS sprites like really make it obvious. Like everybody's got breasts. And you can see the tiles. And the enemy sprites are gorgeous. Yes, they are. Likely a holdover from a PSP translation that never saw the light of day, and they figured, well, we already got the sprites, so let's just put them on the iOS. Which is strangely not the case with 6 iOS. 6 iOS's enemy sprites don't look that much better than... In fact, in some cases, they look worse. You know, because they look overly glossy. It's like someone took a filter over the original sprite work, and it makes it look all like a little melted in some cases. Well, I got the PS1 version, so I'll be enjoying that at some point. Are you talking about the PS1 version of Final Fantasy V? Because if that's the case, that is some major fucking sarcasm I'm reading from your text, Ellie. I hate 5 PS1. Ugh. I mean, I love it for Wyvern. Yeah, there you go, Dragoon Heroes EX. I love it for Wyvern. It's like, because hot damn, they didn't even try with that translation. But 5 on PS1. I mean, if it's the only one you've got, then you know it's better than nothing, sure. And it is the first time that was the first version of 5 I got to play. You know, but it's like if you had the option to choose like an English translated ROM of the Super Nintendo original or you know Final Fantasy V Advance, then I would say go for those. Because the PS1, I mean, it's got the load times, the music is a little butchered, and the translation is awful. It's like with Ferris especially, like every day is Talk Like a Pirate Day. And it's like, ugh. Ugh. Durgan will always be my favorite mistranslate. You're going to have to explain what Durgan is from, though. Or are you just talking about DRGN? Because that's I pronounce that as Durgan, too. Oh. A Final Fantasy V 6 remix with Octopath-style graphics would also be great. If we're talking about sprite style, like sprite detail, yes. I don't need it to have the diorama setup. You know, I think that's something unique for Octopath. I say unique, and I'm talking like I don't know if there are other RPGs that did this exact same thing. I don't need 5 and 6 to have this diorama setup. I think the overhead view from the original games is more than enough. I see Elio and I immediately think of the pizza. But I haven't had Elio's pizza in years. It's like I only got $5 in the account and I want some frozen pizza badly. Well, we're getting Elio's.
So then,
There's also the WonderSwan remakes, the early Final Fantasy remakes that Literally is built off. I want to say WonderSwan versions of 1 and 2 were the basis for Origins, and 4 for GBA. Because the sprites were enhanced slightly for WonderSwan on 4. The backgrounds, I'm not sure on, but I know the sprites themselves were updated a bit. I have never played the WonderSwan versions of 1, 2, and 4, though. 4 was going to be on the WonderSwan before it was canceled and moved to GBA. Oh, okay, so it was a prototype that I was looking at earlier. That's cool.
Could you?
Paladin GX, I hope you don't butcher this game with lack of information about what to do. Hey, everybody has a first time for every game that they play, so I would say don't worry about that sort of thing. Play the game, like, to the best of your ability. Don't look at guides, like, all the time, and don't ask people for tips and all sort of thing. Just go into the game.
You did your duty,
willingly.
Captain. Without you to bring us word of what happened, we would be all but doomed. Now, we would hear your report.
By your leave, Your Majesty. There were packs of monsters.
Yes,
roaming
I
the
have
vicinity
played
of the ruins.
Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, Shell Shock Prime.
The men fought bravely and succeeded in culling their numbers.
Boring. Great soundtrack. Boring as hell.
Emboldened.
A game intentionally designed to be baby's first RPG, to be fair. But there's like a large emphasis on babies first, because
A ferocious
that game is
creature
dull.
of a side- Any soldier that met its blood-red gaze
If there's
was
one thing I
turned to
don't like in
stone.
games is missable treasure. I would say that's a risk you have in a very linear styled RPG, where this area you're visiting, you're never going to visit again after story unfolds. Yeah, I don't like missing those kind of treasure pieces.
Living statues.
You know, Final Fantasy IX was actually pretty bad with that in some areas. There's a lot of areas that you visit in that game that you can no longer visit after certain story threads resolve. So if you're like trying to get like the Gilgamesh Easter egg, you know, you're sort of shitting your pants because you got to make sure you get all the treasure chests.
Your Highness.
Hey, how's it going, Agent 501? Yeah, it baffles my mind that Mystic Quest was technically the first fucking Final Fantasy Power Regions got. And it's like, I'm sorry.
Did these men fight bravely to the end?
You know, the only thing I haven't done for Final Fantasy IX as of this live stream is I have not gotten Excalibur 2. I've done literally everything else in that game except get that weapon.
I see.
But you know, it's kind of like you're kind of for and against it.
This matter
You're
is not
for it
over.
because you realize, you know,
Our
I have not
fallen men
fully
must be
completed this
avenged.
game because this is like the last thing I have not done in the game. At the same time, you have to speedrun Final Fantasy IX, and it's like,
begging Your Highness's leave.
I've played the game millions of times, to be fair. I know what I'm leaving, I know what I'm missing, I know I can fill in the gaps, but it's also like, I don't want to speedrun through a game I really love.
If the Redeye
You
beast
know?
itself is slain, your men will be released from its curse.
It's true, Void King of Swing, that you can get Excalibur 2 a lot easier now with the speed up feature. To me, I'm gonna be that asshole. If you're using the speed up features to get Excalibur 2 and all that, it is illegitimate from its original design.
But you
I mean, at the end of the day, you go get Excalibur 2 the way you want to, without, like, straight up cheating like with GameShark devices. If you're using something that the developers and such gave you as a means to progress, then, I mean, it's fine, but if I'm going to ever go after Excalibur 2 in Final Fantasy IX, it'll be through the intentional means of just, like, going to the game as fast as possible and just, like, blazing through all the texts.
I can protect myself from the petrification. By your leave,
Sonic Gamer,
I
don't
shall
remind me of
fight
missable
the beast
scans and the
alone.
Prime series.
Can you defeat it?
Still get paranoid every time I do 100% scan log runs in a Prime 1. Because there's always that one or two that I forget about. I think in the SGB playthrough I did forget one that was like a 99% log entry. I think it was like one of the... no, you know what? I remember exactly what it was. It was the Aqua Jet, I think, in the Sunken Frigate Orpheon. Because that is technically a different enemy.
What's
It was
your
the...
name?
Oh, no, it was the Aqua Pirate. Okay, there you go. The underwater pirate is technically a different enemy, and I missed it in the SGB run, so it was a 99% log entry. I'm just cursed with 100% completions in SGB, unless it's Super Metroid. In Super Metroid, I did just fine. You know, Metroid on the NES, I was able to do just fine because that was post commentary, so you know that was easy to do. And I think Metroid 2, yeah, Metroid 2 is 100%. We did that so long ago. It's a pirate, but underwater, completely different. Yeah, I mean, it kind of is, yeah.
By your leave.
Suffice to say, I was 36 hours too late to continue that side quest. God damn. Kimono Flare GX, if I were to create Johnny in Soul Calibur 6, the style would either be Siegfried, Mitsurugi, Astaroth, Groll, Maxi, or Killick. I would say go for Mitsurugi. Because Siegfried is too bulky. Astaroth, not my style. Maxi, definitely not my style. Killick, not too sure on that one. I would say Mitsurugi is probably the best bet. I don't even remember Groll. Was it Graw? A bald Hispanic samurai. Hey, I mean, whatever.
Very good.
Remind me to show you The Last Samurai starring Tom
Slay
Cruise.
this beast and return
I shall.
Gold member PB John, for Super Metroid, what control scheme would you recommend for the Pro Controller or for the Switch Online? Let me see, because I personally, this is me just speaking, I don't like the default control scheme in Super Metroid. I have it set to where the A button is run, B is jump, Y is shoot, and X is item switching. Super Metroid is one of the only games I can play where I can switch the run and jump buttons and play it just fine. I have to have the run button on A and jump at B so that I can comfortably run and shoot shit and wall jump off things easily. As for diagonal shooting, I don't know what to say about that because that's just part of the game's core design. If you don't like that, then there's not much I can tell you. I used to have run on Y and shoot on A, but they're so far apart. What if someone made a Mii Fighter out of you and won a big Smash tournament with them? Hey, that's cool. I'm probably never going to see a cut of that, you know, that check, but whatever. Glad that I can make someone's day by being inspiring enough to be a Mii outfit. Emil, thank you for the bits. I've been thinking whenever you do a round 2 of Batman Arkham Knight, you should also include the DLC for Arkham Origins, considering you never covered the Initiation or Mr. Freeze expansions. Also, to clarify about me 120% Arkham Knight and my turning from it, that came from trying to finish it on a span of 5 days. That was a mistake. Yeah, that definitely sounds like a you problem, dude. But hey, at least you finished it. But for round 2, if I did Arkham Knight, I'd probably just stick to Arkham Knight because, you know, technically I can do a round 2 for both Arkham Knight and Arkham Origins separately. You know, if you're a smart YouTuber, businessman, trademark, then you just make 2 separate videos, one for Origins and one for Arkham Knight. And I'm thinking I'm just going to keep to one game at a time. Have a good night, Paladin GX. And Andy Akers, thank you very much for Twitch Prime sub. 18 months on a 2-month streak. And you see, 2 months, that's a streak. 1 month streak. I don't get. John need the Monet. Smart YouTube business, ads every minute. No. But I'm pretty sure I have some old YouTube archives of some streams I did a long time ago that has an ad every fucking waking second. And for the record, that's not my fault. That was when my old network affiliate took control of my monetization for ad placement, and they put ads every fucking where. What do you got? Gargantuan axe. I'll take it off you. Why not? Oh, I got a discount. Cool. Oh god, I remember when I tried going back to the 7 stream bots, and yeah, those were pretty bad. I think I fixed all of them. Some of them might still have a lot of ads on them, and it's like, that's not my fault, but it's also kind of my fault because I'm too lazy to fucking take them off. It's stuff like that why I have ad block on. Well, don't say that out loud, King of Swing. I'm a YouTuber that makes money off those ads. A 30 minutes video will have 5 still, yeah. No, you see, my mindset is, if the video is over, like, 10-15 minutes, then there should be at least a mid-roll. What was that I got? That sounded like a piece of... Slight reduces fire damage thing. That sounds... This High House's armor actually sounds more for a physical fighter. Let's see, High House's armor. My elemental defense goes down. Physical defense goes... Actually, you know what? That's not worth it. You obtain 25 bits directly from a you obtain 25 bits from a treasure chest. I have no idea what that means. It don't need physical defense on everyone auto dodges. That's an excellent point, Bram. I really have nothing else to say for that. That's an excellent point. But I can't always assume that I can physically evade everything I do in this chapter. Well, it might be because, you know, Han is a physical fighter. And is that another goddamn purple chest I see behind that chair? Ooh, wow, look at all these. Why not? Do you ever go get the Dancer's Guard from Goldport, I believe? It's a really good evasion armor that I used for Hannah. No, I don't think I have. We're so spoiled now these days, but these days where 15-second ads can frustrate the fuck out of someone. Back in the 90s, we had 3 5-minute ads in television. Yeah, but at the same time, we also weren't physically distracted every 3 seconds because of, you know, smartphones and tablets. And yeah, I'm totally going to be that, like, that old curmudgeon for a second there. How do I talk to this person? I just go behind... Oh, yeah, there we go. Just get that side quest started up, but we'll handle that later. Sonic Gamer, you need Therian the Thief to open up purple chests. Haven't hit preparations. Yeah, good enough. You can buy it with Tressa. They should be immersive golden quick. I do recommend it. Okay, we can... I mean, assuming it's not too late now. I have my ad blocker off on YouTube so I can support the content link, but goddamn, I sometimes regret that decision when I get a fuck ton of mobile play to win junk after the fuck millionth time. I understand that. You know, it's funny because I am pretty selective when it comes to like the sponsorships and the deals that I get from time to time. And one that was kind of pushed down my throat because I've gotten like 3 different business emails about it was this Raid Shadow Legends thing, and I think that's supposed to be like an MMO or what have you. And I just I was already kind of like wincing doing that one sponsored thing a couple of months ago. I think it was GT Arcade. because it's like I don't like plugging shit that I myself would not use. And GT Arcade, one of those was like I'm likely never gonna use. Like I'll give it a shot, sure, because I at least want to have some level of respect for the folks that are paying me to plug their product. But GT Arcade, it's also like, I mean, I can kind of take it or leave it, really. You know, but something like Manscaped, I would use. Dollar Shave Club, I would use. You know, ExpressVPN, I would use. You know, Audible, I use even today. You know, but it's, you know, Raid Shadow Legends is like, yeah, I'm probably never gonna play this. So, what? I mean, why would I tell people to? So you do use I thought I made it pretty clear that I Manscape. It's hygienic. We are finally confronting Redeye. We do have to enter this area, because I don't know if we can leave. Can we leave? Yeah, we can, but is it smart? No, we can probably head out. Let's actually go to that one thing. Gold member, you said it was in Goldport? That's Grandport. That's Gold Shore. Wait, where's this town again? I already kind of, I'm drawing a blank. Yeah, if not Goldport, then the Tier 2 city. Okay. That's Noble Court. Where the hell is Goldport again? It is a giant marketplace area. Okay. Grandport. Okay, let's just go to Grandport. That's Gold Shore. It's time to finally meet the ultimate challenge, Matt's Redeye's deck. That's a laugh and a half, and you know it is. They say to this day he's still tinkering with it. I mean, let's see who else. Let's see who has it. No, I can't purchase anything from him. I likely stole everything from him. No, not guide. Adamantite shield, hill cleaver. Nah. Some say right now he is rebuilding it. Tales from a Faraway Land. That sounds like a side quest item, so I'm going to buy that. Why not? I have the money. Nah, I don't want to buy that. I keep doing more inputs than I need to. I meant to do purchase. That is a fair price of soul. All right. I have to wonder. How much does Introduction to Adventuring sell for? And am I ripping myself off by buying it here? Midnight Rocker, thank you very much for Twitch Prime sub. 12 months. That's a Luigi mug. Look at that beautiful thing. Just there. My Luigi mug, though, is getting pretty old. Like, it's kind of stained. It's pretty obvious. I'm actually curious to how much this item sells for. So, I got a discount at the very least, so hopefully I didn't screw myself too bad. Isn't this the lady that we were just helping with in a previous quest? Do you have anything I can buy off you? Cole, 6400. Will I ever redo your SGB Sonic videos in Johnny Versus form? That is the plan for 2021 for Sonic's 30th anniversary. You know, Sonic will be turning 30 years old by 2021, and I want to do all the classic games as a means to celebrate. Critical Bracelet. I mean, that's not bad. Nah. Yeah, that's the next time I plan on doing another Sonic marathon. So it won't be for some time, but that is that's the plan. Yeah, why not? I'll buy that. Yeah, at least I'm getting lucky on these discounts. So the possessed Sonic Cat will come back. Not to be that guy, but the whole possessed Sonic Cat thing is a relic of a time where I didn't know exactly who I wanted to be as a YouTuber yet. When I felt I was trying too hard to be like James Rolfe and such. So I can say right now that I do have at least one more idea with like the Tails doll character, but I really can't go into that just yet. I have an idea, but I don't have a plan. Minna Rockers, Selena's upstairs, and she is likely sleeping. No, he didn't die, he ran away. What can I buy from the dog? Oh, I thought I could buy something from the dog. Oh, the chest here. I don't. You know, to be fair though, I don't really have that Sonic Cat anymore. I lost that during the move. Hey, if I can keep getting discount, that's all I could really ask for. Yeah, I did see that Mario Maker 2 was updated last night to have the online multiplayer with friends, and that's cool. Oh, you burnt it, admit it. Well, no, because the hat had some novelty, but I don't really need it if I'm not using it for video, so I probably put it away in the closet and just never took it back out. That's a light nut.
Nut.
I never understood how things just vanish. I always chalked up to the house eating it. Well, that's terrifying. Oh, what is this? Mysterious... Oh, look at all these items that are probably sell up for a lot more. I mean, they'll probably sell for a lot less than what I'm buying them for. Wow. These folks have everything. I think if you just bring Theory in here and you just come, like, from the 5-finger discounts. Ah, the dancer garbs. This is probably what Goldmember was talking about. There's an Oasis hat. Stop. That's illegal. Ooh, the ultimate breaker. Look at all these damn characters I can talk to. I know it's like a giant marketplace, but it's like, Jesus Christ. Oh, so these are, like, this is a random chicken that I just heard. Okay. Commemorative coin. Oh, you got screwed. There's nothing special about that coin at all. You are literally the only person in the world that cares about that coin. And the person that sold you that coin only cares about the money that they made by selling you that commemorative coin. Like, I'm just curious to know what everybody else has here because... Oh, look at it. I'm I can use that. Before I head back in the plot, I'm definitely going to be selling these items. Did I know like this dude? I probably did. Yeah, I did. You know. You call it a marketplace. I call it a hors d'oeuvre for the 5-finger buffet. I probably butchered that pronunciation. The heirloom of Once Noble House. That's a side quest item, so we'll get that later. I mean, we'll get it now, but we'll return it later. What about you? Sort of. So perhaps it holds some theatrical use. We can buy that now. Hors d'oeuvres. Yeah, there you go.
A good day, Jay.
The Direst Desire. Did I already? No. But what are you buying? What are you selling? Stimulating Netcos max XP by 80? I could buy that. Why not? It's a good thing Tress is getting all these discounts. It's really good. Hey, Purple Zenowar, thank you very much for the follow. Much love. Spiked vests. Veteran's helm restores HP after every action. There's a lot of like novelty items. High houses. I just got that from doing the regular dungeon. I didn't mean to say hello to you, but whatever. Protective necklace. Infants. Why not? I doubt I'm gonna get you use out of that, but you never know. Forbidden shield. Well, that lowers my evasion so long. What is so forbidden about it, though? Hey, Ian, thank you very much for the tier 2. 12 months on a 12-month streak. God damn. 1 year, the streams have been really helping with stress for the last 5 AP classes. Wait a minute, hold on. Am I getting rated? Mega G-Wolf with a rate of 68. What's that raid hashtag? You gotta let me know. Mega G keyboard problems. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Hey guys, you know the drill. So if you get rated, no matter the size, spam my face. Tim Allen, Corey, whatever you feel you want to do. It's ultimately up to you. Oh God, I'll take your bone. How much are you selling it for? $2. I'll give you 1. All right, you know how to drive a hard bargain. Well, Tressa is really stingy with money. Is there anybody inside this bazaar? Yeah, there is. I was here earlier, but, you know, I don't think I really purchased anything. Sledgehammer, more. I did buy some items off of some people here. The lady in the dress looks familiar. Curious antique and all. Again, if I was guaranteed to get these items at a discount, then I would. Oh, these are the chests I couldn't open before. Dazzling artwork. I can't wait to see how much these are worth in the shop. And I see a door over there on the left side. I don't know if I can get to it. Split Pepsi on keyboard and now a Borg. Oh, Jesus Christ, G. You could have spilled Coke on it instead. Why did you do that? This is the dungeon. I don't need to be here. Oh, good God. That's why as I keep all my shit in a bottle. I mean, technically, I kind of shit my pants every time I'm drinking coffee near the keyboard. I don't have coffee with me tonight because I've been up for about 14 hours at this point. Working on the Link's Awakening video. And just getting other things done for tonight. So as soon as I'm done with watching AEW and meeting with my raid group tonight to do our weeklies, I'm likely going to just crash. Okay, let's go back to the shop, sell that shit that we just bought from other people, and continue on with H. Annet's adventure. This is like the first bill in like years and years, and so yeah, I mean, but all you gotta do is take one time, and it happens. It's like, fuck me, I should have been better than this. The bone only sells for $1. That was an absolute waste of time. Stuffed toy, that was fine. Dazzling artwork at the very least is a nice little treasure. Heavy coin pouch. Yeah, I definitely spent more on... Yeah, look, the buying price for Introduction to Adventuring is like half of what I was being sold for it. Yeah, I do hope AEW Dynamite is good tonight as well on Holy Night. That's why I'm doing the stream early. You know, if you're just joining in, I did not go... If you're joining in at our regularly scheduled time... I did not just start like now. I've actually been here since 6, because we will be ending tonight at 8 o'clock because I want to catch the first episode of AEW Dynamite. Just so you know, I caught the inaugural episode. Let us see that dancer garb. Assuming it's not locked behind a certain job, see if we can give it to H. Annet. Yeah, that does crank up the evasion pretty big. You're absolutely right, gold member. More than doubles it, really. So, and the elemental defense and physical defense don't get that much hits. So, why not? Let's Let's give it a look-see. Oh, this gargantuan axe is just better overall. No, the elemental attack gets... No, but she's not a magic user anyway, so who cares? Clash Crash 1, that is not up to me to decide what BSE has in store for the future, so, you know, for people with 4 different tastes in mind, I can't really tell you anything. I can tell you that we did finish Brave Fence and Musashi last night, and I don't know when those are going to be going up, but that is in the docket for at some point, and I really liked how that commentary came out. Alright, I'm going to go rest up, and I'm going to go continue with Hannett's Chapter 4. Alright, have a good night, Shell Shock Prime. You're probably already gone by the time you wrote that, but thank you very much for tuning in if you're still here before you sign off. Alright, let's go back to the city. Hannett's secondary job right now is Warrior. I do not have her as War Master. Because right now, my party comp is very much, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I don't want to experiment with War Master just yet. And I already talked to... Look at you. You stick out so hard from everybody else. What do you have? Battle-tested shield. Restores HP and SP after every action. Not sure if that's worth the price or not, but that's it. We have to explore this area later because there's a lot of people here that I likely can just go to town and just purchase their wares. Can I go inside the store? No, I cannot. Did you get depression from this? I celebrate the video of the week. Yeah, you can get depression by absorbing giant ants. Well, the red ants specifically. If you absorb the blue ants, you get their acid ability, and that's actually pretty badass. Hello! Am I too late? Oh, no, this is the battle that I saw earlier in the cutscene. Well, I'm just going to ignore you guys and just head over here and just open this treasure chest. Hey, energizing pomegranate. That's great. I miss Ultimate Warrior. I don't. I will. No, I meant to leave. Ants give you depression, just like real life. Yeah, well, I mean, if you have a Switch, you can also get it on the Switch on Holy Night. But if you're looking for that optimal 60 FPS gameplay, then yeah, you're probably better off getting it on Steam. But that's like the only difference between the Switch release and the Steam release, right? This is more of a question for the audience, but I know the Steam release runs at 60 FPS. Is that it, though? I want to say that's it. There's probably a purple chest around here, too, that I can't get. Yeah, well, that and obviously mods if they ever manage. Ah, I see. I would love Final Fantasy VI mods for Octopath. It's like play as Sabin. Well, I mean, you couldn't be Sabin, but you know, it looks like Sabin. Oh shit! I can actually play modern PC games now. That only just clicked with me. I mean, but yeah, if you're using something as an emulator machine, an emulator machine first and foremost, and it's like, oh, that's right. I can play modern shit, I guess.
Now, let us hunt him.
60 FPS for a turn-based RPG sounds very superfluous in my opinion. It's very, you know, it's a very pedantic thing, you know. It's not something that's absolutely necessary, but if it's available and people want it, then they want it, you know. Stop poisoning me. Good lord, everybody's getting turns in here and I can't do anything about it. Well, I got the entire vulnerability thing listed for them, but you, my good skeleton friend, are still very much hiding your true secrets from me. So I'm going to see if you don't like arrows. Well, they just kind of went through you, but whatever.
Well then. Bring about a miracle of healing.
They have a bone to pick with you. Only you would make such lame-ass puns, Trios. What are you, some sort of teacher? Actually, yeah, good transfer, why not?
Feel the power.
So that first part of Eternal Darkness. Oh, that's right. Eternal Darkness has gone live on SGB, and oh my God, my GameCube unfortunately is dying because, well, I mean, if you've seen the part already, that was yeah, I think the laser might be dying experiment because the game we starting with part. I'm not sure if we did it in part 1. I haven't actually watched the part myself yet. Starting, I think with part 2 and beyond, we just started using my Wii, and the Wii gave us no problems whatsoever, you know. And there's nothing wrong with the disc itself. So the GameCube's laser is probably dying if it's not already dead, which, you know, I guess it's just a matter of time because I've had that GameCube for a very long time, for about I want to say 18 years. 15 years. Because I got it in 2002, 2003. So, yeah, it's been a while. It's been a long time. And that GameCube I bought used. So it might be older than I'm giving it credit for. So, yeah, that's depressing because I've had that console for so long. But, I mean, it's just a matter of time before that thing happens. You know, my Model 1 Super Nintendo doesn't read games correctly anymore. And if you want a good example of that, a few years ago, Russ and I recorded Super Castlevania 4 for SGV. That's where Spartak came from. And the sprites were Simon was constantly glitching out, and we figured, no, I can still play the game, but that's still the console's dying. What can I do? I can't do anything about that. I have an extra GameCube for. Hey, Uncle, how's it going? Hope everything's going fine in your end. You know, I appreciate that, but it's also like not in any rush to, you know, replace the GameCube at some point. So.
You should have studied harder.
All right, Cerberus Bloodmorn. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. You have a good night or good day. I don't know what time zone it is over there for you. Yeah, the good thing is the Wii is backwards compatible. But it's, you know, still, I have a lot of memories of the GameCube, and I'd rather it not die. And even then, my Wii is the same one that I've had since 2008, I want to say. 2008, 2009. And that game is a little loud with certain discs, too. So, you know, it's only a matter of time before that thing starts to crap out on me. If you want, I can get you set up. I mean, experiment. I know you're always there for me to, like, fucking do your Lucius Fox thing with consoles and shit. And it's a conversation for another day. You know, it's not really on the back of my. It's not really on my mind right now. Am I literally just going down the stairs to get the purple chest that I cannot open? Don't toy with my emotions. It struggles to rebrawl because of the 2-layer. Yeah. Well, for Wii games, I don't remember if my Wii is making noise. For certain GameCube games, though, it was struggling to read it. I remember playing Metroid Prime on the Wii, and it does make like you can. I don't want to say it's scratching it, but you can definitely hear it rotating. Still not as bad as old school PS1 and Dreamcast noises. It's like, I think the console's loading something up. Well, how can you tell? Oh, yeah, it's definitely loading something. Did I go backwards? No, I think I'm going the right way. Yes, the Dreamcast is a Banshee. Absolutely agreed.
My turn now.
We just drive spin really, really fast to compensate for loading times, but the lasers weren't designed to handle dual-layer discs for a last long term. God damn it! It's like there's got to be a trade-off. Nothing can be perfect. actually, we can donate some BP to Cyrus.
For you.
What a nostalgic screeching. Is it Brutism? Is that how you pronounce your name? Kind of easy to see. It's on all caps. Yes, I do have the limited edition of this game. It's on the shelf. But it's funny because the version I have 2 copies of this game actually. I'm playing the digital version that I downloaded into my Switch just for ease of access, so that I don't have to worry about switching carts and all that. But I bought the limited edition with some spare cash that I have because I really liked the look of the limited edition set. So yeah, I have 2 copies of the game. It's really nice. I'm not sure if it goes for a lot now. Actually, can we do a quick Google search on that? Because how much is the collector's edition of Octopath Traveler going for nowadays? If it's a rare find at all, I'm not sure how that works. Anything here? Huh. Okay, a little weird. Okay, so we're talking about empty room syndrome. Like, that kind of design philosophy. Well, not somewhat done design philosophy, but design quirks that you're likely to run into in old school games. This is these little quirks that I hate right here. I can clearly head into this, and the wall fades away so that I can see what's beyond here, and there's nothing here. It's like, come on, man, don't play with my emotions. Collector's edition, it says it's $232.95 on Amazon. Some people are saying $160. God. Ugh, okay, yeah, so it's going up there, so, Hey, winning can, Josh. How's it going, dude? I don't know if you caught my earlier tweet, but I hate your profile pic because it reminds me of the fucking neon drawing that I did for Brain Scratch so many years ago, and I keep thinking it's Ryan. And I was like, Ryan's never this happy. But, I appreciate it, dude. Thank you very much. Hope you're, I don't know what you're playing. No, I think you're playing Mario Maker 2. What were you doing online with your friends? Did that work out in time? Yeah, a second rate. No, this must be an early Wednesday. Online was, it's still somewhat, I mean, yeah, because at the end of the day, even if you can have online connections with your friends, it's still the Switch. I am running away, because I am a bitch. It's fun when it works well, though. That's good to hear. Okay, something to consider later on for future sub nights, especially, because now that it's online, we can play Mario Maker 2 together, at least until someone has a really bad connection that they'll never admit to. But we all know it's you. Okay. I think we're about to enter. Ooh, no. We're going to open this chest first, and then we're actually going to go west, because that looks very much like the point of no return. So let's continue moving on. There we go. Court, yes, the stream did start early. It started about an hour early. I started at 6 instead of 7. Because I will be ending it at 8 o'clock because I want to catch the first episode of AEW tonight on TNT. I'm quite a wrestling fan. I'm not as big on it as I used to be. But the idea that wrestling is back on TNT, and that this might mean some legitimate competition for WWE, so that the quality of wrestling just increases tenfold and the audience celebrates from that. That's exciting. I want to be there to, to catch the first episode. John wants his muscle sports. Yeah. No, I want my muscle soap opera. Let's be real here. The athleticism is a nice bonus, but you want to see some really stupid, corny shit. Did I watch WCW back in the day, John? Yeah, but not much of it. Like, I caught the tail end of Nitro.
Now, let us hunting.
But I was more of a WWF fan back then. Like, I didn't catch any of the WCW pay-per-views because I honestly, I just didn't. I never really paid attention to them. I did play a couple of the WCW games. I had Nitro, I had Thunder on PS1. But then I played, then I you know, got WWF SmackDown and SmackDown 2, and then Just Bring It, and that's all I really needed for wrestling action for at least another year, because I kind of dropped wrestling hard in 2002. But in a way, wrestling never really left my life, because even though I didn't like watch it as religiously as I used to, back between I want to say 1998 to 2002. Was my really big wrestling years. That's like, I had to watch wrestling every week. I had to catch every Raw. I had to catch every SmackDown. I even caught Sunday Night Heats, you know. And I've been to a few house shows, and I've been to a few pay-per-views, you know. And those were really fun times. I had, you know, wrestling at live action is really great. But even though I didn't watch it a whole bunch, you know, I still had friends that did watch it, and they kept me up to date with, like, you know, the top wrestler now is like John Cena, you know, or Edge is the actual champion. And I was like, wow, Edge? Because, you know, back when I watched it religiously, he was still in a tag team championship with Christian, you know, but now he's a singles action star. Come on, that's quite bizarre. The only thing I know about wrestling is John Cena and the Undertaker. Yeah, I mean, Undertaker's still fucking wrestling, and I hate that. Oh, okay, to be fair, he only wrestles maybe like once every blue moon, so maybe once every year if we're lucky. But that dude is like 50-something years old, and his body clearly can't take it anymore. But it's like he still has like some of the most endearing, cheesy gimmicks of the in the business, and you know, it always elicits a nostalgic response when, you know, you hear that gong and he takes 3 days to go down that alley and just get to the ring. But it's also like, fuck, man, it's like, stop, because I have so many good memories with you, and I'm always going to have those memories with you, but you clearly cannot. Who the fuck is this dude? Is this Redeye? Redeye is looking very much like Redeye's Black Dragon. Oh, I hear a very human voice in that screech. Is this our mentor? Did our mentor become Redeye?
If thou art ready, then so am I.
An ill foreboding something something. I didn't read that in time. Look at that face, though. No, it's a me. Okay, let's see what this. I mean, this kind of freakish abomination looks like he needs to see Jesus. So let's give it. Yeah, okay, he does need to see Jesus. He's afraid of holy. I could analyze. Ow! All right. How about we give you a leg hold trap, just to keep you there. I mean, you're already there anyway, because everybody already kinds of out. So, what the fuck? That's really rude. I will analyze you. He had over 100k HP. Well, okay, that's actually not too bad. You know, considering the damage we can do for later. It's not the end of the world, I suppose, but still. Alright, let's see here. Your mentor was turned to stone. Yeah, that's right. That is true. Which reminds me, stone is kind of like an FF6, except they still take damage. If they run out of HP while stone, they are removed from the battle. Oh, that's sad. Okay, let me see here. Ophelia is darkness, but that doesn't really matter because I'm not attacking with her. Unless I can miss cure spells. No, okay, that's cool. Didn't some of the super bosses have more? Yeah, some of the super bosses did have more, but it's like also I hate seeing HP above 100k. In an old school RPG setup, well, at least a game set up like an old school RPG, 100k is a little much. You know, that's it. That's me personally, you know. Oh, this guy changed his damn weaknesses. I just noticed that. Well, okay.
My turn now.
Just in case. How much HP does Kefka have in 6? Kefka had about 60-something K in the original 6. 65,565. Mystery Man just had that out top of his head. Or did a Google search? So does this person just... Alright, so does Redeye keep changing their weakness like after every turn? You missed, bitch.
This hits me. Letting my arrow fly and true.
Every break.
Here I go.
Hey, could you stop that, please? No, I don't want to bring out the legendary boner gummies Carlo the player, but thank you very much. So how much did he have in Brave New World? I honestly don't remember, Court. Let's see. Let's do another side step just to get the numbers back up. This game cleverly goes around that by giving them multiple phases. That was the case with Zeromus. Zeromus in Final Fantasy IV got over HP limitations by technically having different phases. Or I guess technically different fights of the same boss. No matter what changes, he's always weak to Holy. Okay, well that's good. So I mean, at least Cyrus will be able to take advantage of that. How many Lake Hole traps do you have left? You know, I'll do one more because I'm not going to do anything like big until I get him close to broken. I could break him technically now, but I don't want to do that just yet because Hannah needs more. Boost power, so I can give Redeye an poison at the very least, and then I will hit. Let's see, he's gonna go next. Then then what I'll do is I will use a Lux Congerer. Congerer. Okay, I thought so. I thought way too hard about that pronunciation. Yay!
Come in, if thou darest.
Then let me see. Oh, no, she just gets patience. Okay, then what I can do then is I can give a pomegranate to Cyrus because I'm going to spend next turn doing an elemental break. Could you stop doing that? Thank you.
Elemental.
And that breaks you right now. I was going to do that this turn anyway.
What next?
And then I am going to use this turn to abide because I'm going to hit you really hard next turn.
What's it do?
It's also weak to fire. Okay, but if he's always weak to holy, then I you know, don't stray away from the path. You know. Let's see. Hannah will have 3 by next turn. So will Cyrus. So what can I do with Tressa? Or you know, Tressa, we're gonna play it safe. We're just gonna have her keep doing sidestep before she loses her transfer rune. That way, when he retaliates, it won't be too much of a problem. 720. Okay, then with Ophelia, we can probably. Okay, you know what? What we'll do is we'll give her a large pomegranate because she's going before Cyrus. And what we'll do next turn is have her do her divine skill.
What next?
Brand's Thunder.
I'll do my best. Here I go. Elfric, bring out the flame. My turn now.
Then we will. Let me see. we're actually gonna go back doing the transfer room because she's just gonna be making sure. We can give everybody the sidestep, evade, and Cyrus is gonna do what Cyrus does best. 18k right there. Oh, did I say 18k? I meant 36k. I got here late. Did we talk about Alpha? Yeah, we did talk about AlphaDream going bankrupt, unfortunately, and that is quite sad. So if you haven't already, before the games jack up in price, you should probably get to playing Mario and Luigi, like all the games. If I do this now, then I know you talked about your opinions on Mario Kart Tour on Monday, but would you like to see Pauline in mainline Mario Kart? Yeah, in a mainline Mario Kart, but keep everybody far the hell away from Mario Kart Tour. That game is garbage, I'm sorry to say. Hey, Silver Striker, thank you very much. Even John, enjoy AEW. I'll also consider recording and seeing how it went later on. Yeah, I'm hoping it's good. I really do hope that it's good. How much thing he doesn't have much, so you know what? I can just do this. He's gonna do it twice, but yeah, whatever. Hey, Asa, thank you very much. Tier 1 sub, 16 months. I appreciate it. Oh, you're weak to arrows, aren't you? Cool. Get nice and just soften you up a little there. And let me see. Hannah's running low on SP, so I can give her Inspired Plum.
My turn now.
Oh, you know, I completely forgot about Paper Jam. I have that game too, and I just completely forgot about it. I recall that game being alright. I hear it's pretty buggy, though. Let me see, because I'm going to break him this turn. How about I donate some BP to H-Edit? Then I'm going to abide this turn as well. I definitely gotta set up a lake hold trap at some point, though. Let me see, and then not sure if Cyrus still has the allspice on. I think the old spice. Oh, when did Tressa become Erdrick? I have no idea. Did you know that CTR Nitro had a recent update where you can choose whatever engine class you want instead of what engine class character set with? Of course, people won't care about that because microtransactions literally poison everybody on one intro. Now, to be fair, Emil, I mean, not to be this dude, but that's a legitimate reason to be angry at the game, you know? And you can't get pissy about people getting angry about something that's legitimately a problem within the game itself, you know? Now, when I get to looking at the game, you know, obviously I'm going to be looking at the gameplay itself, but I will be addressing the microtransactions because, you know, it's pretty fucking skeevy. Yeah. So, can't get angry at the people that are angry about the microtransactions, you know? That's a legitimate reason to get angry at the game. Alright, let me see, I kind of lost train of thought here. Yeah, how about we give... Hannah will have 3 boosts by the end of next turn, so okay, I think we can just... No, actually she has more than enough. So, is anybody right on your MP? No, we can give Cyrus another experience one.
What is the logical course of action?
Well, of course of actions, we fuck them up. So, shall we?
Lux Conjurer! Lux Conjurer!
Remember that Tressa can infuse light damage to everyone with their transfer room. Yeah, that's probably good.
Now the true lesson begins! Lux Conjurer! Lux Conjurer!
Thus ends your lesson.
Nut, 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 nut.
How's it going, Noel?
What?
He never even tried to stone you. I don't know, give him a chance.
Tja.
Well, that caught me off guard. I was looking at a different window. Never knew tab mastery is. You never know when something might happen. Yeah, tell him, Tim. Did someone say nut? Or Max Nut? Alpha, they filed for bankruptcy.
Not so.
No, the thing said not just I. Ooh, jolly! I am not stoned.
I'm in your debt.
I'm at max nut right now. Seriously, 4,000 nut pouches and 14. Nothing to spend them on right now. Wait, did you get? All right, so I'm assuming you got the level 80 striking dummy that has like 5 billion HP. You got the riding mount upgrades. Don't use them for materia. I never use nuts to buy materia. Don't care about the dummy. But it's the dummy. The dummy has so much HP.
Understood.
Yeah, it's really hard not. It's not that hard at all to get grade 8 materia and Stormblood, Shadowbringers. You plan to talk about the new characters that were added to CTR Info at this point in the review? I mean, whatever's available at the time I get to the review, that's what I'm going to talk about. You know, I think it's a safe assumption that, you know, CTR Nitrophyll will get a round 2 at some point. But it's also like I want to look at the game now, so I don't want to hold off on it anymore.
Behold,
Excuse me.
my fellows! Honnet the Huntress, Slayer of Redeye, has returned!
Your streams can have various crazy things happen when they are relaxing. I like to practice my math test on them. You see, I can't do that. Like I can't listen to podcasts or any other vocal delivery while writing something or like studying problems.
You have slain the menace.
Because my attention is just thrown off. You know, when I'm running scripts for reviews, I'm only listening to music. I cannot listen to video clips, movie clips, podcasts, or anything like that because I just cannot concentrate.
So. I would like to propose a banquet in your honor.
Yeah, to beat Redeye all by herself. Slay the Beast, I did.
But alas, I divine that you will not take
Hearing words just makes my brain kind of go, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't have a fucking stroke, but I think I understand what you're
I
saying.
must see with mine own eyes if my master hath been freed from the curse.
So how far in the game is Johnny? Anywho, well, I'm currently doing chapter 4 of every character, and those are the final story chapters of every character. Then when we're all said and done, we're gonna do endgame stuff and side quests, if we're not already doing them along the way. I can listen to audio or watching a video while drunk. Yeah, I can do that too, Santiago. Actually, I have to do that, otherwise I lose my mind. When I'm even though I don't do it often anymore, you know, when when I was making the Tails cartoon for the Tails Sky Patrol and Tails Adventure video, that's when I started picking up Steven Universe, the cartoon series, and you know that was 3 weeks of just watching that show and you know making cartoons and you know. I can do that easily because I need that sort of stimulation when you're sitting in that chair for that extended time period.
Perhaps when your quest is done, you would grace us with your presence once more.
When it's completely silent and when wearing headphones, I can slightly hear the ringing in my ears, and that bothers me to no end. Now, to me personally, if we're talking about not so much ringing in the ears, but when I'm sick or if I have a head cold and I'm laying on the side of my head and I can feel my pulse on my ear because my head's swollen, and it drives me insane. It's like, I don't know why it does that. I thought that my heart's pulse was tied to my wrists and my chest. What the fuck does my ear have to do with it? But I can feel it. It doesn't hurt, but I can feel it, and I can't sleep.
What is that fiend?
Oh no.
Come, Linda, with me.
I remember when Hannett was a Beastmaster.
Look out!
Oh, thank God, it was made of smoke. Nothing to fear. Hey, I remember you.
Hagen, if thou art here, then...
What ho, Hornet!
That hoe! Over there! No offense. I don't know who she is.
Don't tellin' me thou's grown again!
Not in height, master. But if thou speakest of
Hagen shot an arrow at the
then
cardboard
yes.
cutout. Hey. That's good aim.
That must be it.
Cardboard cutouts are pretty thin.
Hope I didn't cause thee too much trouble.
Some, master. And I was worried for a spell.
You did it all by yourself?
Thou were?
Sure.
Then I guess I owe thee an apology.
Labo armor does nothing.
Stay, my dear. That was thy cue to say not at all.
And not just to me. To Natalia.
These are the rest of the
Susanna,
crew
and Eliza
hiding
as well.
behind a rock.
You had us all worried.
I'm used to playing games with the text auto scrolls, but
no matter.
I have to actively hit the A
Rest
button.
assured, I'll make an apology to each and every one. And then I
You know, that was kind of a thing that annoyed me about 14, that they only, like, added in a patch in Stormblood where the text did not auto-scroll. You had to actively hit the mouse button or the controller button to go through the text. And it's like, it's a cutscene. I just want to sit down and watch a movie, and I don't want to have actively, like, manual... what?
Thank thee. Thou's done me proud.
Okay. It looks like he's getting ready to chokeslam her. You make me so proud. Body slam! Oh, it's what a dick.
Blushing, art we?
Yeah, he's Ganondorf. He just fucking side beat Hannett.
And thou clearly hast learned nothing from this misadventure.
Oh, a man my age hath learned all the things he ever will, I'm afraid.
He's ready for AEW. You're right.
Begging your pardon.
Speaking of, yeah, we have like 25 minutes left. Laughs in Doria.
Oh, quite. Think nothing of it. Art thou hurt?
Nothing that won't mend soon enough, by your grace, sir.
Good to hear it.
Seems. Why does the here have an E at the end of it? It doesn't need to be there. Because if I was auditioning for this game, I'd totally be that fucking idiot and read it as here E.
So, well. Ah, yes. Thou were about to tell me of thine adventures.
Getting Hulu Live set up to another tab to cash that number right now. Yeah, I got my things set up upstairs as well.
Every last word.
Let Urianger into the game. Nah, it's nowhere near as stuffy with overly eloquent speech mannerisms.
The journey I had taken was but a short episode in my life.
Welcome to session 30 of Octopath Traveler.
But I would come into telling the tale of it many times in the years to come in. For the first time as a hunter, I found a story that was mine alone. It was my first story, but not my last.
Mine alone is like, you have friends with you. What a friend
Those
is.
are tales for another day. And so I end my story here. Thou canst always come to our village to hear in it again. Though I warn you, it may not be the same with every telling.
One I might have 3 arms. One I probably have no beasts at all. Beastmaster? No, I'm a warrior. Hey. And at the end of the day, Tressa found nearly 5K in gold. I do like all these finished pictures. That's really cool. What do you... no. Wait, I was here earlier. But, what are you selling? Good God, that's nearly 100K. Reminds me of some of the art from, for scenes in Chrono Trigger, yeah. Well, alright, we're done with Hannet. So we gotta spin the Wheel of Destiny just a couple more times before we get to Endgame for Octopath. Well, at least we'll start thinking about Endgame. We do need to rest up, though, so let me do that real quick. Oof. Sorry, it's good. You've been up for a while. My eye starts to burn. I think it's like oil in the face, just telling me you need to should probably take a nap. All right, let me switch screens over here real quick. Let me get the Wheel of Destiny good to go. And this time I can actually take Hannet off the wheel this time instead of just forgetting to include her like a dunce. Alright, so this is literally 50-50. Like, it's a toss-up between Cyrus and Primrose. So let me save those settings. Take a look at this very flat yin-yang symbol. Yeah, it's a coin flip. Alright, so, no, Donut is gone because Donut won last week. And Donut's not stingy, so he's actually a pretty swell dude. And without further ado, let's spin that wheel. And next up for Chapter 4 next week is my man Cyrus, who we are more than enough ready to go for because he's been here since the beginning. This motherfucker is at level 67. And I think we're going to be just fine, really. So, let me see. We still got about 10 minutes left. Let's go switch Hannet out back with Ulbrich, because that's just the way I roll. Where's the tavern? Here it is. The Taverneth. What is the raid hashtag? I do not know. What can we use for this live stream? You know, I feel it's kind of hard to make raid hashtags in the streams where, you know, it's just me and you guys. It's pretty low-key. It's pretty relaxed, you know. Yeah, there is Griddish. That is true. I did totally say that earlier today. So Griddish is definitely a top candidate. A top candidate! Top candidate! I just added another fucking word to the raid hashtag. Candidate. I don't know. Can I get a can of that? Can I get a can of that booze? British Canada. Oh my god. English is very hard for me. John's had himself a little too much of the bubbly. Yeah, my favorite edit of that was the Labyrinth Zone one because I'm a unapologetically huge Sonic fan, so. Buff you too. Okay, well met, Traveler. Let's change over to Hannet. Actually, what are the... can we check stats from here? Let me see. No, we can probably just go to, No. Okay, hold on a second. If we go to equipment, let me check physical attack. Because they're not equipped with anything right now. She's 256. Yeah, Ulbrich is just a stronger physical fighter. Okay. Now, what does Hannet have over Ulbrich, though? Let me see. It's not physical attack. It's not physical defense. Hannet has more accuracy. And she also has a higher crit rate. She has more speed. No, she has less speed. She has more evasion, though. Hey, Joshua, thank you very much for the Tier 1 sub for 11 months. One more, and that's the Luigi mug. I appreciate it. And General Godzilla, as always, your support is always greatly appreciated. 9 months, that is a baby, though. You're going to have to give a name for that child that I refuse to take care of. How'd you beat Rune Lord? Runestorm Ice kills me like crazy. Rune Lord. We did that for the Rune job, right? What did we end up doing for that? I'm going to optimize. This is likely going to give me the Warner sword, but I don't want that. Mighty Belts, because we hit hard, and that's all that matters. Embrace the birth of 9 months. Caldeo, 60, thank you very much for Twitch Prime sub for 14 months. I'm calling it Canada. Fuck you, but thank you. Okay. I don't know. No, we definitely didn't go to Disneyland. I'm trying to remember, what the strategy was for Rune Lord that we did. Because Rune Lord, because the old man, the sorcerer, we reflected all the spells back at him. Rune Lord, I'm drawing a blank on what we did. Like, absolutely, just completely drawing a blank. I'll have to look at the archives for that. I mean, if you wanted, I think the archive for the Rune Lord is still there. If not, then you're, I'm sorry to say, I don't remember exactly what I did. I threw pocket sand at him. Did I blind him? I guess I did blind him. Hey, how's it going, Feather Data? Yeah, there we go. All right. If it's still there, then you can just look at the archive, and there's your answer. You can just copy what I did, if it helps. If not, then I don't remember exactly what I did to beat him. Have you ever heard of an RPG called Cosmic Star Heroine? It's like a Chrono Trigger love letter. No, I've not heard of that. Not at all. I'm doing just fine for the day. Thank you for asking. Devash will be there for 6 days for you. Yes. Okay. Then, okay, you know what, guys? We're going to call it a wrap here a little early because I do need to, well, first I have to go just to make sure Celine's okay. And then I have to get ready for AEW tonight. And, honestly, God, I'm tired. So, as always, I want to thank you guys for tuning in, even though this was an hour earlier than usual. You guys managed to show up anyway, you know, give your love and support through bits, subs, resubs, all that fancy shit. And as always, it's always a pleasure to speak with you guys, and it's always pretty cozy when it's just me. And I get to actually read what you guys are saying to me, and I don't get lost in conversations. So, as always, much appreciated. Thank you for the time and company. Let's find someone to raid before we call it a wrap here. Let me see who's online on my end. You see, it tells me that this is really weird because it tells me that Josh is streaming, but Josh rated me earlier, and he's actually hosting me. Oh god, I look hideous. So you know what? Let's find someone playing Octopath Traveler right now. I like to do this from time to time. This person looks like it's a French streamer, so might as well give them some love. Yeah, send my love and support. Yeah, if you want to use British candidate, whatever, or just British, I don't really care. If they ask for context, don't give them any. Give them this anyway. Who cares? Who am I kidding? All right, guys. I'll catch you guys on. I'll catch you guys Friday. And this Saturday for Sub Nights. Have a good night, everybody.